Hey guys, we're going to start doing a phonics lesson a day as well. Now, all four classes were not at the same point with our phonics unit. This is just where my class left off, but great thing about phonics is doesn't matter the lesson, you can benefit from it. So we will have to modify a little bit, modify and adjust as we go, as these slides were meant for us to be in the classroom setting. So just bear with me, but we will get started. So we actually finished bend one, and now we are starting a second bend, and it's going to be all about camouflage consonants across words. Okay, what does that word camouflage mean? That's right. Okay, it's when something is hidden. Okay, you can't see it. Let's see if I can put it on presenting mode. Okay, and then what is a consonant? That's right. It's all of the letters in the alphabet that are not vowels. Okay, so today we're going to do session 7. It's hiding in plain sight. Okay, so what do you see in this photo? I'm hearing tree. Is there something hidden in there? What is that? Yeah, it's actually an owl, and it's camouflaged into the bark. How cool is that? Okay, so in our phonics lessons, for those of you that haven't gotten to this part yet, we have been learning all about these really cool animals, and they have been teaching us things that we can actually use in our phonics. So animals of all sizes face challenges in the world, okay? And one of the ways they help themselves is to use camouflage, okay? So small owls like this one are using camouflage to protect themselves from predators, okay? But even big animals like giraffes also use camouflage. So we're going to learn a little bit more about some of these animals and see what they have to teach us that we can use in phonics, okay? But here's another thing too. When you know something is camouflaged, you can usually figure out what is hiding. But if I hadn't told you that this was camouflage, you might just say, Ms. Adams, why are you showing me a picture of a tree? Why are we doing this? But if you know something is hiding, then you're looking at it a different way. You're trying to find what's hidden. So let's look at some other pictures, okay? Oh, what's hiding? This one's a bit easier. That's right, I see a lion, okay? And so far in our phonics lessons, we've been tackling challenging words, going part by part methodically. My friends, if you remember our spider that we looked at, how she built her web part by part. And the consonants in those words have been a really big help, okay? We've talked about how you can break a word apart if you see two consonants together, and that tells you where to create your parts in the word. But sometimes, just like these animals are being camouflaged, sometimes the consonant is camouflaged. What do you see here? Yes. Okay. It's a type of bug, and it's camouflaged to the leaf. Okay. So now we're going to look at some consonants that are camouflaged, but this time they don't camouflage their bodies like these animals do. They actually camouflage their sounds. Okay, oh, here's another picture. Look at that. He looks exactly like that leaf. That is so cool. All right. But if readers know to expect some consonants that are going to be camouflaged, you're going to be a lot more prepared to read these tricky words. So let's get to work. All right, so today I want to teach you that some consonants take on the sounds of the consonants next to them. Okay, so you can be on the lookout for consonants KN, WR, and GN. And remember that the first consonant is silent. Now, you've actually seen this before time and time again in our reading workshop and our writing workshop. So let's look at this word. How many of you know this word? Read this word out loud. That's right. That word is knowledge. You know that word. Okay. You also know the word know. And both of them start with a K. But you know that we don't say that sound because this consonant is camouflaged. It didn't camouflage its body. We can see it, but it did camouflage its sound. It's not making any sound. We're just saying, for knowledge. Okay, here's another example that you've seen time and time again. Nonfiction, what's this word? That's right, writers, okay? You know this word, so you're not tripped up by this W because you've seen it a lot. But that is actually a camouflage consonant. It's not making any sound at all. All right, here's a new word that maybe you haven't seen before, maybe you have. But when we look at this word, you see a consonant combination of GN. And this one isn't used as often as the KN or the WR, but GN is actually going to say the second consonant sound, okay? This word is gnats, gnats. So just like when we talked about consonant blends and you had to learn that SH said sh and TH said s, you can learn too that these consonant camouflage consonants also say sounds. So if you see KN together, you know it's going to say If you see WR together, you know it's going to say r. And if you see GN together, you know it's going to say okay? Now, this is a time that you would normally work with your partner. So if you have a partner at home, maybe a family member, you can get with them, but your goal is to go through and try to read these words, making sure to try to spot, now that you know what you're looking for, you know this, they're going to have some consonants that are camouflage. Go through, read them. You can pause the video, go through, try to read each one, and then when you come back, we will read them together. I will tell you just a little trick. Don't get tripped up. We did look at examples where the consonant camouflage was at the beginning, but it can show up further in the word as well. Okay, so pause the video and get to reading. All right, let's read them together. So watch my pointer and we'll read them at the same time. Ready? Gnats, knife, kneading, knuckle, wrapping, wrist, wrong, knitting, knees, knotted, wrecked, gnashed, gnawing, handwriting, and designer. This was a tricky one. That GN was at the middle of the word, but it still follows the same pattern, the same rule. Okay, so instead of doing rug time today with your rug clubs, I'm going to challenge you to find a book. If you have books at your house, that's great. If you don't, find print somewhere. We've talked about this a lot, that it doesn't have to be a book. Text is not just a book. It could be a newspaper. It could be a magazine. You could watch TV and put the subtitles on, okay, the captions. But find somewhere, and I want you to go on a camouflage consonant hunt, okay? And then I want you to make a list of any words you find that have those camouflage consonants, and I want you to email your teacher or send someone balloons, however you can communicate it out, okay? But that's what we want you to be focused on right now as you're looking through any type of text that you see, okay? We're going to be working on camouflage consonants for the next few days. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you later.